Alright everybody, so welcome back to Banished. Today we are going to be adjusting everything we've done in the previous one. We will be turning this pasture down here into a sheep pasture. We're going to go ahead and split this one, let it go down here, move herdsmen over, and also fill out the farming. We will also be adding on some roads here, allowing ourselves to build on to our civilization and just kind of continue on. Build some homes here. Go ahead and build another one right next to it, and then rotate it and build one right here. That way the roads will just kind of cross up and go right in front of this one, and then we will build find it. I'll mark it right there along with the stockpile right there. And then we'll also build another farm, which is the most important part about it. Build a farm right here, 15 and 15. You can get it. Along with, if we can do another crop field, we might as well have another one, 15. Now 15 by 14 is fine. So I do kind of want these areas to be able to be filled out. I don't really want to stress anything too much. I know we talked a lot in the last episode about adding a school. The biggest thing about the schools, I did some testing on my own time. The schools, if you're not at around 200 to 300 people, they pose issues with the generation gap. You're talking about a school that takes 20 people from age 10 to about 25 and turns them into students, where those people would be laborers technically. And not saying it's appropriate or anything else, but for the game and where it's concerned, you can't really use people like that. So you run into an issue, and the issue is pretty much you can't get anything done, and everybody stops functioning. So you have to pretty much just allow people to work. for a little while and get to that point where you have so many people that the 20 people going to school isn't going to hurt your overall population of adults. Where the 200 is, you're talking about a tenth of the population. If you're at 100, you're talking about a fifth. So the biggest portion there is the fact that there's a big gap difference between the two. So you want to just make sure that you're accommodating those two factors. So without any crazy things, we'll just kind of let everything else get built and go from there. We're also waiting for some traders. I did figure out how to order stuff from them, so once all that gets set up, we should be good too. We did just build 2 more farms, so we got some more farmers. I'll go ahead and add some more there. Add an extra miner, which won't hurt anything. And we are going to hold off from the tavern up until the point where we have enough wheat to be able to build it. It is nice we have it, but for right now, it's going to go on hold, which is fine. Chickens. Ooh, we want some chickens. So, we're gonna go ahead and grab their 8. It's 4,000. We might. $35, so we can get 7 chickens, right? Yep. Okay, so we're going to trade for the 7 chickens. I know it's kind of crazy, but again, we can put up a pasture rather quickly. So, putting up a pasture is not that serious. We can definitely do that in a relatively quick manner of fashion. We'll add some more roads right here. And put up a pasture. Awesome. I love that. Okay, so that pasture and this pasture will be chickens. If anybody hasn't or has seen, or if you saw me do that and you're questioning what I just did, that's what I just did. Those will be chickens. Oh, we are really low on food. Okay, so like I said, the pastures are really going to be pushing us at this point. We're kind of low on them, so hoping those will be able to adjust it. We're also adding a good amount of food to the stockpile right now, so the good part is that all the food is being added to the stockpiles that are right here. So again, it'll be to the point where the stockpiles here are filled, but they'll also be adding to all the food everywhere else. And once we get the stockpile here and here being more of a central focus, it'll be different. The biggest things is going to be adding those there, so we'll get those done. Alright, so at this point in time, we're kind of just waiting to see if we can collect everything. That's the biggest thing. Okay, so we fixed that problem. Like I said, the other thing too is going to be getting the sheep and all the herds filled back out. That way we can start getting some more mutton. And the minute we can get these chickens moved too, that'll also be a great adjustment to us. So, and if the next merchant we get his food, we'll definitely start getting some more food going. Okay, so hoping before winter is over, this pasture is full. That way we can bring these chickens down to the pasture, which would be awesome. And like I said, the sheep are getting to the point where we don't have to worry about them anymore. So we do have to get to the point where we do have more adults to continue on our population. We're gonna build another home. Okay, so it really isn't. That really isn't useful right there. Alright, so with that being said, all this stuff should be working. We should be fine in all this retrospect. I'm pretty much waiting for all this to get built, and once this gets built, we'll keep expanding. Alright, so pretty much to catch everybody up on what my plan and where my ideology comes from with this is that we set this up as sheep to bring the sheep count up to a pretty good amount, and then we shut this one, and then we split this one up. This is the higher of the two, so to get this population up would take less time, but then we also got chickens. So the chickens also is allowing us to pretty much get this up to 23 just as quickly as everything else. So now we're spending the time getting those different animals up and not worrying about too much. So right now it's really just about making sure we keep up with the amount of food, and if we can keep up with that, we should be okay. Which really shouldn't be an issue. I know a couple of the pastures we're not really getting anything from yet, but in a year or two that should be getting changed. We already have 12 here, so that should be getting adjusted, and then so on and so forth. So we'll also adjust the hunter amount right there, so this hunting cabin actually starts hunting a little bit more, and that should adjust that. So then once this becomes chicken, I'm going to split the chicken off to continue on. Since it's not even anywhere near halfway, we should be okay. And I don't really want to take too much from other areas, that way we don't have to worry about food at all. And it really isn't unreasonable to believe that within a couple years this will be really working. At this point, it's all about keeping up with the population growth, along with the fact that we had to pretty much just take away from each pasture to continue to grow the civilization, which obviously is an issue on all in of its own. So we just added 2 new crop fields. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. we are going to rock out these builds right now. Rock it out. Alright, so we still haven't really gotten to the point where we have enough stone to really do anything, but we'll get everything set up and keep going. We already have the amount of chickens up to 15, so we'll just keep going. Like I said, it is winter, so I'm not too worried about anybody performing tasks. I'm more worried about them getting jobs done. Late winter, obviously, we'll go ahead and switch everybody back. Bam. Is what it is. We'll start growing. Let everybody else continue on. We got one laborer. Like I said, the chickens and the sheep are growing. We got one more sheep to fill out this pasture. So within a year, man, we're already to the point where those pastures are going to be providing us food. And as soon as this storage barn gets to that point where we don't got to worry about it anymore, we're good to go. You know? Really just throwing some people in there. We'll get another one of these blacksmiths built here in the next couple years. I really just want to get a storage barn built. It is market built. I know it's not the same, but the market's got to get built, man. It's got to. Traders arrive. What kind of trader are you? You've got sheep for us. I don't need you. You are not helping. Only thing you're gonna do is, let's go with all 300, 1500. What's that? That's like 2 sheep, man. It's not worth it. It really isn't. So we're just gonna nix that. We're gonna let the trader rock this year. It is what it is. It wants that much for each sheep. We're 2 away from having the max sheep in this pasture. we're already at max sheep in this pasture, it's not worth it. We'll just max out the farmers, and we'll max out the herdsmen, and we'll just let it go. The chickens are working great. We already got them running. Like I said, the food is being adjusted by the amount of laborers. We really need more fisheries, but it is what it is. I want to line some more up right here, maybe one or two more right here, probably one. But, you know, we got to have the space to be able to do it, plus the amount of people, and be able to feed everybody. So feeding everybody is more important than anything else right now. So getting these pastures set up and getting these storage barns set is really the most important thing. Plus right now, building anything else is really kind of obsolete. I really need to stop building things. Not that we have too many things to be built, but we have enough stuff that I need to stop until they get built and then continue on. The only thing I can say I will build without having any regret to it would be a bridge right here from one side to the other, which really just gives us access to this side, which we do need. So I need that to happen. So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove this structure. We're gonna go ahead and remove this forester's lodge. It's not worth keeping it with the amount of people we have in that area. So I'm gonna remove that one and I'll replace it with another one over in a different section. And then we'll just keep going later on. Like I said, the food should not be an issue at this point in time. The chickens should be crawling up in count here. Again, really, once the storage barn gets built, we won't have to worry about anything. And I'm really waiting for it to get built. I'm trying not to rush. This forester's lodge is getting demolished, which is awesome.